So we are here in Wall, New Jersey. We just got here. It's misting out. Like, this is definitely the definition of mist.
It's a very wet mist.
It's a damp mist, humid mist. But they just put this ABS plastic up on the wall, which is, I guess, just to make it look nicer. I don't know if it's going to actually do anything. They'll say they straightened the guardrail behind it at least, for the most part. But you can still see it's a little wavery. But the goal is to just stay like a foot off of this thing the whole time until like right at this outer zone. And for some impact points, you can put your back bumper and just second qualifying run, just smash your back bumper off on that. People don't realize how steep the bank is here. It's pretty steep. Like steep enough for me to probably do a push-up on it. It's a 30-degree bank. And it's really small. Like we only enter at like 45 or 50 miles an hour, but we pick up to about 55 or 60 at the end. But it requires all of the horsepower in your car to be able to drift it because of how steep the bank is. It will be half wet, half dry, I'm sure, all weekend. So you'll see some great driving. It'll just be a battle of who can run the cleanest line. It's not going to be really about anything else. Just don't make mistakes. The infield will be very, very slick, and the bank will be gripped up pretty quickly. If it's full wet and everything's full wet, it'll be slick pretty much everywhere. But the infield gets really, really slick. This year, instead of running just basically right-handers, they're crossing over the track and making the last turn a left-hander. And it looks like they shortened the finish line quite a bit as well, which will help. But they've ran the crossover layout before in the past, so it'll be interesting. The weather's going to be the most interesting part. If it's going to rain and be wet all weekend, then you'll definitely see some carnage here. But I'm all about just keeping it simple. Do as little amount of laps as possible and just save the car for Saturday. who's behind us. Let's see. Reverse while on the highway. Park, how's Park?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Crunchy.
Oh, there we go. Oh, I think that might have been Park falling out. All right, so we are here at New Jersey. Yesterday was practice. Ended up pretty well, no issues. And it was wet, it was dry, it was wet and dry, it was crappy, it was good, but we kept the car out of the wall for the most part, and it worked out pretty well. Learned a little bit, practiced a little bit, got some setup in the car, even though we only had 2 dry laps pretty much. But it looks like today we're gonna get a few more if this weather can hold up. And yeah, I'm excited to get out and drive in the dry because I hate driving in patchy weather. Wet, cool. Dry, cool. Patchy, not cool. All right, guys. Conversation over there about girls leaving Jakey, and who knows? He is leaving us. What a bummer. All right, so practice was really good. It stayed dry the entire time. We dialed in some grip into the car, shortened the gear a little bit. Got the car right where I wanted it. It's still a little bit on the grippy and tight side, but for this particular track on the line they want you to run, it's really rewarding to have that extra grip to be able to drive the car really hard. And I think that's what they're going to want to see for qualifying. So we're going to go out and do that and see how our strategy plays out in qualifying. So we just got done with qualifying. We went out, we did our first lap, and we did a run that I was just comfortable with to go out and get like 78. Ended up being exactly kind of where we want it to be, because I'm really preferring wanting to chase first at this track. So we ended up 25th overall, but again, it was like we want to be a little bit on the lower end of the bracket so that we can chase first every single battle. That was kind of the plan. It's a little strategy, may or may not work, but I feel like that's our best chance of winning, so we went ahead and did that. Car's fantastic, did everything it was supposed to, even though I wasn't driving it to its full potential. It definitely has a ton, and we learned that in practice today. I think we have one of the fastest cars in the chase, if not the fastest. It's very, very drivable. It's maximizing everything that we have as far as being able to drive it and having that grip and being able to get as fast as we can around the track while keeping the style that's needed to do what we need to do. So pretty stoked on that, and you know, see how it goes tomorrow. Hopefully the weather holds out. It will.